Hey guys, welcome back to a Minecraft gameplay video. Um, that's not what I say. I say, hey everybody, welcome back to a Minecraft gameplay video. Right? That's what I say. That's what I typically open with. Yeah, so not much has changed since the last episode. It's a different day in the recording for me. I'm not uploading episode 5. This is going to be episode 5 because the episode 5 that I recorded, I ended up just talking about my life. Not even necessarily in a trauma dump way, just in like a, yeah, you're kind of saying a lot right now and you probably shouldn't be saying all this stuff just out in the open for everyone to hear. So that video isn't going to happen. But hey, now we're here. I'm trying to look for that damn zombie spawner. Cause in that last episode, actually I don't know if it was in that last episode, but in the episode that would have come out, I found a zombie spawner. And I want to make a little AFK farm so I can just basically grind out levels and stuff like that. So, you know, enchanting gear and stuff like that won't be all that difficult. Trying to find it though. It's times like this I wish I had water affinity. Shit. Dude. It's times like this. I hate to say it. I hate to bring it back up. I wish I was playing Terraria so I could throw a glow stick in the water and I can actually see what the hell I'm looking at. Oh, okay. Look, I'm showing you guys my veteran status. I bet you didn't know you could do that. Throw down a little torch or something real quick. Give you a little bit of breathing air. I'm really not saying much because I'm trying to find this damn zombie spawner. But I'll just talk. How about that? I hope you guys are okay with that. My life has been pretty alright these past couple days. I really can't complain. I'm thinking about going to my, or maybe just like going and finding a, dude, it has to be nearby. I'm thinking about joining like the rec center nearby. I don't know if there's one. The closest one to me that I know of is like 20 minutes from where I live, which kind of sucks, but I've been really in the mood to play basketball, like on actual teams and shit like that. Because I've been playing basketball with a friend of mine for like a good while now, and me and him, I'd say, are both pretty decent at basketball, the two of us. But it's just getting to that point where, like, you know, we're both very familiar with each other's play styles, and you know, I want to know how my team play is. You know, like I haven't played on a team, so I can't really say for certain how good I'd be. So, you know, like, are my passes decent? Can I smoke people on the one-on-ones? It's really hard to say because we really, both of us both play very sporadically. It's very hard for either of us some days. Some days it's just like a wash. Like one of us will just straight up win and there's really no chance for the other person. And then other days it's pretty even, but I think we're both just itching to just play with new people, just because we've been playing for like months, literally just us, and whenever we do get other people, we end up playing like our fucking asses off. We end up playing so hard. I really don't want to kill that undead villager, but I'll probably have to. And this is just a hole. But yeah, man, I've been itching to play, and I've been itching to play some co-op games. I'm thinking on getting some friends to record maybe a playthrough of A Way Out, or oh god, what's that other game that's just like it? A Way Out, It Takes Two. I really want to play that because I've had them in my library for so long and I haven't had anyone to play with. I'm recording a playthrough with my wife right now, actually, and I'm very excited to start editing. It's going to be like one of those long form videos, so we got to play through the whole game in order to edit the video, but I think it's going to be very sweet, you know? Even if people on the outside are going to be like, I'd assume maybe people on the outside looking in are like, you know, this is a moment between you and your wife. Why not keep it to yourself? But she's very open with like recording and the whole YouTube thing. So I think if other people can share in what little happiness that this video can offer, like why not share it, you know? That's me creating a fake hater attitude. But there's always like, you know, there's always going to be something whenever you try to start something new or you try to do something you like. There's always going to be someone, like one person or maybe a group of people that are against what you're doing. Um, which, you know, I ended up saying pretty much exactly the same stuff in my in my tired Let's Play. So I'm not going to reiterate any of those things because I could just sit here and basically yap like a madman all day. But I'm not really in the mood for that right now. I want to tell some stories. All right. So I was shaving the other day, and I used an electric razor, and I fucking clipped the hell out of my skin. It's bad. Like the skin is raised. There's a big red like bruise and dried scab from where the electric razor got me in my armpit. Cause I used to be an actor, and I used to be very self-conscious about my body hair, like especially on my stomach and my armpits. So I was like, you know what? That was something that I actually enjoyed taking care of when I was doing it. So I'm like, why not just do it, you know? Like just take care of my appearance and to how I want it to look. So I did that, and sure enough, I clipped the shit out of my fucking arm. And it hurt like hell for a little bit, but then the pain sort of went away. But that made me think, when was the first time I had ever shaved? Because if you don't know, I'm a guy. I'm a man. And I was just thinking about it because that's kind of like a pretty substantial memory, I think. You know, maybe a lot of people had different experiences with shaving. Like maybe their families kind of taught them how to shave, or maybe it was just like a tradition that like a father and a son passed on. But you know, both my parents like worked when I was a kid, so I didn't really get the chance to see them all that often. And when I did, you know, we would spend time together, but never really in a way where either parent had long enough to think about like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I really can't give any examples because I'm just trying to tell this damn story, but but I was trying to shave, okay? I was thinking about the first time I shaved, and I really can't remember. And this isn't me trolling you guys and saying that there was never a story to begin with, but I honestly could not remember or think of a time. Dude, this little guy is pissing me off. Wait, he can still hit me from up here? Oh, okay. But I couldn't think of a time. I was like trying to sit back and I don't have any wood, do I? Oh, brother, this stinks. I guess I'll have to kill him with the damn shovel. 4 hits with an iron shovel? Holy shit. Okay. Finally. Damn. My first time shaving, I had pretty much gone the entirety of 6th grade never having to shave because I didn't really have much facial hair to begin with, but I had a little peach fuzz mustache. And I remember being like, okay, I've had this thing on my face for long enough. I was going to a new school at the time, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to shave this thing. Like it's had a good run. It's been on my face for a long time. It's made me feel like the closest thing to a man that I can feel like. But it's time to part ways. Time to part ways, little friend. And I used my dad's razor. He had a razor on his counter, And I remember asking my mom, because I think she was home. I was like, well, can you give me some tips, for shaving? And her tip, I should say, was that, just shave away from you. You're never shaving up or in crazy directions. You want to go in one straight line so that you don't cut yourself. So I was like, okay, cool. Sounds good. And yeah, that was my advice. I stuck with it. And I shaved that day. It was pretty awesome. I remember being like, oh, I'm such a man. Is this another spawner? Well, shit. I didn't even have to find the original one. There's just two here already. I'll take this lapis, though. Oh, fuck. There's going to be another spawner over here. Dude, what in the hell is going on right now? But I remember feeling like such a little man. I was like, dude, yeah, I'm a grown-up now. I'm shaving, by the way. It's like one of those things where, I'm just not going to say, like, because I get in these moments where I'm like, well, in case anyone hasn't gone through this experience, I should say, well, for those of you that have, but it's just so much fucking filler talk and just bullshit. So from now on, I'm just not going to say that. I'm just going to deliver my experience without any hang-ups, because I've been trying to tell the same fucking story for maybe 15 minutes, and I keep gaslighting myself to try and explain the shit that I've lived through, but there's no reason. There's literally no reason. So, without further ado, the unadulterated story. I felt like such a little man. I felt like one of those stereotypes where I could go and talk to my granddad and be like, yeah, granddad, I'm a man now. I just shaved. Yup. I can bring in all the chairs to the house, by the way. You don't have to. Here, let me get that door for you, man. That's how I felt. After shaving, that's exactly how I felt. But in reality, it's just literally the lightest, least resistant hair ever. And it just took like a couple swipes with the blade and it was already gone. So, yeah, kind of hilarious, kind of funny. That was my first time shaving, and it made me want to know what my dad's first time shaving was, because I don't think he was really there to get to experience me shaving, and I imagine, man-to-man experiences wanting to be shared with like a father and son. So I asked my dad, I was like, when's your first time shaving? And he told me that he didn't end up shaving until his like first night in basic training, because both my parents were in the military. So I was like, damn, no fucking way. I couldn't believe it. Because, to go through most of your life, like, not having shaved, and he said he had a little mustache and everything. So I'm like, okay, well, now I know where I get my mustache from. Yeah, it was just crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was just, like, trying to picture what that must have been like. He told me he ended up like nicking his face because he had to do it fast. But, imagine that pressure of the first night you're ever shaving and your drill instructor is sitting over you, like screaming in your face, trying to tell you what to do and that you need to hurry up and get out. Like, man, that must have been insane. And speaking of hair, I was listening to a Radiohead song. I think it was Karma Police. The Karma Police, arrest this man. That song. I was listening to that song, and I think he says the line, Hitler hairdo, or something like that. And it made me think about Hitler's hair, and he just had like the little, I guess you could call it like a middle part, but to me, I picture the little swoop, like his hair was kind of brushed to the side. A lot of people have that hairstyle, and you don't really see or hear a lot of people making big fusses about that, So, what's the deal with that? Why not? Why is it just the mustache? And I'm not saying I want a Hitler mustache and that this is my cope, but I'm saying that phrase to me was so specific and so crazy. I'm gonna kill all of these slimes, by the way. That line was so specific and so crazy that it just made me question, like, yeah, it's weird that his mustache took all of the weird, iconic, I guess just iconic nature, or maybe I shouldn't say iconic, infamous nature, but his hair didn't. You know, like that was just so, it's just strange to think about sometimes. Oh, fuck. Oh, there goes all of my torches. Oh, damn, that stinks. Get me in. Come on. Gosh, where am I? Whoa, this is so far from the house. No, get away! Yeah, but isn't it weird how Hitler has an infamous mustache, but not hair or, like, a nose or something? You know what I mean? Like, isn't it strange that everyone is transfixed by the mustache and not anything else? Well, aside from what historically took place, of course. I mean, physically, you know, when you think of him, you can't separate the mustache. You just can't. The mustache is in its own league, I guess. So says life. And that should teach you, like, you know, if you get an iconic mustache, or if you have a very strange bit of facial hair, like, people are gonna remember that very easily. So don't commit any crimes. I don't know why you would want to commit a crime to begin with, but I'm sure there's plenty of reasons why someone might want to. But yeah, if you have an iconic mustache, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. Top to bottom screwed. Which I don't. I don't have an iconic mustache. I don't think anything I do is iconic. I will say, though, I have rosacea. Maybe my rosacea is iconic. I grew up with that. I lived with that. And that was pretty rough. Like, I lived overseas briefly when I was a kid. Both my parents were in the military. And I will say living overseas is completely different than living in America, because I don't know what it was, but I think maybe just everyone understanding, like, you know, we're not going to live here long, so let's just be nice to each other while we can. Which is strange, because you think it'd be the other way around. You think people would be like, well, I'm not going to be here. Like, might as well just fucking beat up everyone I see. I need it. I need this. And I need this. Nope, never mind. I don't need that right now. I need to deposit stuff from my inventory. I think you can use slime to tame the frogs. I saw this clip on TikTok about it. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I keep getting on these tangents and then never finishing. Okay, all right. Now that I'm focused, I'll be okay. But yeah. Fuck, where was I going with this? Both my parents are military. Oh, yeah, my rosacea. Okay, so, basically anywhere overseas was pretty much okay, as far as school goes, you know? I never had an issue with bullying or anything like that until I moved to the States. Until we moved back to the States. When we moved back to the States, I was fucking destroyed. And what's funny is I ended up taking, like, where we lived for granted, because I was like, I was just so used to it that I just couldn't picture what life was like without it. And then once I was out of that area, I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize how good I had it. And then I got bullied for the first time, and at first I thought it was a joke, because I was like, oh, like, you know, why would someone say that? And then they were actually being serious, and they were making fun of my rosacea, because I had, like, really bright red cheeks, and they were making fun of my cheeks. I got called tomato head and cherry face, And I just remember that sticking with me because I was just so distraught. I was like, oh my God, I would never do this to anyone. Why would someone do this to me? And I just couldn't comprehend why someone would take the time to shit on me for no reason. But such is the way of life. People will find time to shit on you, and you should be able to cope with it because I think that's just the human nature is to just be like, well, my life goes on. I don't really care. And my way of reclaiming my rosacea was when I turned 18, I got my first job, and with my first paycheck, I ended up buying. I'm just gonna close this off for now. With my first paycheck, I ended up buying a guitar and an amp, and I bought a. Oh, for a second, I was like, "Am I tweaking?" No, I'm headed to the right place. I ended up buying a little red guitar and a red amp, and they were both different shades of red. And so I called them, you bet, Cherry Face and Tomato Head. Fuck yeah. I honestly felt proud of myself because I was like, yeah, fuck them. I'm taking this shit back. I'm Cherry Face and Tomato Head. That's me, baby. 100%. That's me. And it'll always be me.